Hi, folks. Welcome to Crisco's Corner. Hi, folks. Welcome back. And those of you that are new, welcome. Picked up a lot of subscribers in the last week. I hope this momentum can carry on. And many of you that came because of the memes I put out on 2,000 meals and the other memes. I appreciate all the new subscribers. I need to build up my watch hours, so if you could watch some of the videos, I would personally appreciate it to really help out the channel so I can get it monetized and really ramp up the channel. Maybe get a nicer webcam, partial studio, really ramp up the channel and really put out some quality videos. From Fox Business, let's listen to this. This is, it's pretty alarming. It's like those of you that watch Game of Thrones. Winter is coming. A recession is coming. Now, we had one in 2008, but I'm 65. This kind of inflation has not hit the United States in 40 years. I was married in 1979. My daughter was born in 83 and my son in 85. Now, this goes back to early 80s. 81, 82. I was married, like I said, in 79. I remember. Now, we didn't have any children. We both made decent money. It didn't affect us greatly. It hurt us. But it hurt a lot of families and a lot of low-income people. And let's listen to see what this expert says concerning what's coming. And it's not pretty. Let's listen.
Eddie Gabor joins me now, the man himself. You said earlier this week that we were in the calm before the storm. That was earlier this week. All right, it's Friday. Is this the storm?
It is, Stuart. And what this confirms is the Fed is going to have to force a recession to get inflation down.
Now, did you hear that? That doesn't make any sense. Well, it does if you do the math. The Biden administration, along with Congress, and some Republicans too, I'm not going to lie, even though they're not in the majority, voted to put all these trillions of dollars. If you see the M1 money supply since 1960, the line goes straight up. From the end of the Trump's last year, I'm not going to lie, but most of it was in 2021. Went straight up. That kind of influx of money into a system automatically causes inflation. Now it's out of control. Now they can't pull it back. It's like letting 10,000 bees out. Good luck going to get them back. You can't stop it. So they're going to have to cause a recession by bringing up interest rates to slow down the inflation. A problem they created. Let's listen.
This is what we've been warning about. This is why we have not been fully invested all year, and investors need to take this serious. Trying to pick a bottom in this type of environment is dangerous, and I don't think we're anywhere close to a bottom. So they need to take these opportunities to protect their hard-earned capital before it gets a lot worse.
Why do you think we're nowhere near the bottom?
Well, Stuart, if you think about all this money that went in the system over the last 2 years, created, in my opinion, one of the largest bubbles of our lifetime. And now they have to unwind the balance sheet, which means these bubbles are going to be popping one by one, and it's already happening. It happened in crypto first. It's down 50%. NASDAQ's down over 30 from its highs, and you're going to start seeing the larger cap plays do that. This market has to reset to where it was prior before we can move forward. So that means we need to be down at a minimum of 30% in the S&P, in my opinion.
We have to be down 30%. Now, I used to be a city councilman in upstate New York in the early 2000s, 2000 to 2007. The pension funds for all the municipal employees, in this case, New York State, but all the states are basically the same. They invest in stocks as well, mutual funds, to bring up their pension fund totals. And as these stocks start to plummet, he says, to get back to level, that gets passed down to local property taxes. There's nowhere else to go. I know here, when I was a councilman, you're handed a bill. The city is handed a bill from New York State saying, hey, We took a hit on the pension fund. The law required us to keep it funded up to a certain percent. Here's the bill to keep it fluid. And what are you going to do? They hand you this gigantic bill. There's only one other way to do it. Well, you can cut services, but you only can go so far. It's going to have to go on the local property owners. They're going to raise local taxes to raise the revenue. That's the way it's always been. So not only are low-income people, inflation is the worst tax you could ever put on low to middle-income people, ever. And on top of that, every property owner, and in the major cities, the vast majority of the people that live in these buildings rent and don't own, their rents are going to go up. You have to pass the cost on. There's nowhere to go. You're on the bottom of the food chain. Crap rolls downhill, as they say. So low and middle income people are going to get whacked with inflation. They're going to get whacked with rent increases. And if you're lucky enough to own a home, you're going to get whacked, like I said, with property taxes. And you're going to pay $100, $200, sometimes $300 more a month. Who knows? That's on top of the fact the inflation has cost for average family $450 a month. Biden voters, this is what you voted for. And if you didn't know you voted for this, then you weren't paying attention and you had no business voting. Let's listen on.
Opinion before we can even think about being close to a bottom. And lastly, the VIX has been so tame. You do not have a market bottom when you have so much complacency. So VIX is going to 40. We're going down at least 30+% in my opinion, and investors need to protect their capital.
So what's the time frame here? If you say we're going down at least 30% on the S&P, I think we're down about 20% now. When's this over? When are we looking at the other side of this?
So I think the summer is going to be the worst part of this market. As I said on Wednesday, we've told clients, and it's hard to predict, but if our best...
This summer will be the worst part of the market. Now, when these costs start to go up with inflation and property taxes, businesses only have one choice. You can't turn off all the lights. I mean, you still have to pay the bills to keep the doors open. There's only one alternative, only one well to draw from, and that's your employees. They're going to have to go for the business to survive. And unemployment is going to go way up. And that's a disaster formula. Disaster.
Estimate right now is fourth quarter or late third quarter is when we're going to start nibbling back into this market, because I think the Fed is going to prove everyone wrong, and they're going to continue to tighten into this slowdown. It is a big, big mistake, but they're going to do it, and it's going to cause markets to really tumble.
And there we are. And there we are. Winter is coming, and we're not ready. After an almost 2-year lockdown from COVID, and now this. It's too much. And millions upon millions of people are going to suffer, and suffer greatly. Those same people, by the way, the Democrats say they love and protect so much. It's a scam. It's a lie. They could give two craps about you. People, wake up. Until the next time, goodbye and good luck.